Good morning! Greetings from Stockholm! We flew in yesterday from New York and then we got on our boat. So basically yesterday was just an all day of just like traveling. And I was gonna vlog, but the jet lag really got to me and I knocked out the moment we got on this boat. And then we went downstairs for dinner and that was basically it for day one. But today we're gonna go explore Stockholm, but we only have until 3 because the boat leaves at like 5, so we'll have to get back at 3, and it's like currently 8 a.m. You know, something about these trips is that it's not really a vacation when I don't get to sleep in, but I'm excited. It's my first time in Europe, not Sweden. Well, it's my first time in Sweden because it's my first time in Europe. I think it's supposed to rain today, but if it rains today, then we might go to IKEA. The thing that I'm most excited about is going to IKEA. I traveled 6,500 miles to see the original IKEA. I don't have friends with me on this trip because I'm here with family, so it's just gonna be me vlogging by myself. Hi, Dad. I want to be able to tell you where I am, but I have no idea where we are. 我们现在哪里?
Old Town. Stockholm.
Old Town. Is that downtown? I don't know. We don't know. But I think this is the Nobel Museum over here. And I think that's where all the Nobel winners is. Don't quote me on that because I'm also not sure. But everything here is so cute and quaint. And it's so slow. But I love it. I love it. It's adorable. Morning. Currently in Finland right now and it's so freaking cold. Like it feels like October in New York right now, but it's July and you can clearly tell like who's a tourist here and who's a native here because I feel like the people who live here, who actually live here, they're all in t-shirts and shorts and like summer dresses. And on our way to downtown, we actually passed by a couple people who are doing like the whole hot tub in the river thing. And hi. Hi. be going on 2 tours. I'm not exactly sure where we're going, so that's gonna be a nice surprise. This morning was super hectic, rushing from off the boat through passport control, but I'm excited to see what Russia has to offer. First impression, people here do look kind of intimidating. I don't know if it's because I read into stereotypes of Russians, but they look intimidating, but they're actually all really nice. Good morning. We are in Estonia today. It's raining outside, so that's nice. But our tour guide said that it's usually rainy here. Every time they've come, it's been like rainy. I think today we're probably just gonna chill because it's already past 9 and we're still on the boat. So eventually we're gonna make our way down to Estonia, explore Tallinn, I think that's the name of the city, for a bit, and then just come back. But I'm so tired. The thing about being in these like rooms without windows is that you don't even know whether or not it's daylight outside. So this morning we overslept, but it's alright. But like the thing is that Northern Europe right now, the sun sets at like 10 p.m. and then it rises again at like 4 a.m. So there's barely any dark time. There's barely any nighttime here, and it was crazy because we were outside at like 10 and I was watching the sunset at 10, and people were in the hot tubs, they're in the outdoor pools, and it felt like it was like 6 p.m. but it was like 10, and I should be getting ready for bed, but the sun was still out. and it's currently raining, but we're in another old town. It looks like every other old town that we've been to. And they just played the American anthem, which is nice because today is July 4th. Yay! I miss America. It is 3:30 in the morning and I woke up because I tried to catch the sunrise, but there are massive amounts of clouds, but this view is still really pretty. So I don't regret coming out, but it's the last day of our cruise and I'm really sad that we have to go, but today we're gonna go to Amsterdam and then we're staying there for 5 days. So my vacation's not over. Hey! I had a lot of fun. I didn't expect to enjoy each country as much as I did, but you know, each one was like pretty similar but also very different in their own ways. And I definitely want to come back because I feel like one day in each country probably isn't enough, at least for like Russia. Russia's definitely enough. I really want to come back to St. Petersburg. But I'm excited. Ooh, oh my god! Look at all these houses! They're so cute. Sweden, I realized, is definitely like the little dioramas that you see of like Christmas villages. That is exactly what Sweden looks like. Oh my god. The music just stopped and I realized I was talking really loudly. The little like dioramas that you see of like Christmas villages, that is literally what Sweden looks like. Like the houses, the trees. I feel like I'm looking at a toy village, but people actually live here. It's surreal. It looks very different from America. Super excited for Amsterdam. I've been wanting to go for the longest time. I'm a little bummed out that we're not going, like, you know, it's July now and like the tulips are done. Like they're not in season anymore. And I've always wanted to go to Amsterdam to see the tulips, but you know, more the reason to come back. But anyways, I guess I'll see you in Amsterdam.